Mixed media and collage. So just remember that what is other people's rubbish is artists' gold. So I had a lot of fun, and I hope that you as art teachers can also have a cupboard somewhere where you can start to stash materials. I'm going to introduce you to the materials table, the large one first, and then we are going to take a look at what's in front of you. Okay, so looking at the large materials table, I went to a place where they saw wood and I found all this wonderful sawdust. I went to PG Glass, or Glassmen it was, and I found all these kind of bits of shiny glass. And here we've got newspaper, which is painted yellow, so you could just paint newspaper and get some interesting techniques. An artist friend of mine was going to throw these away. Please note, this is amazing. They are the most incredible papers here. So if you get inspired by any of these, you're welcome to use them. There's colored paper, black paper, wonderful wrapping papers, corrugated card for roofs. I've got Hessian, which you can cut up. There's tin foil and sticks and sand. And we've got a few other things like tiles and buttons and some wood chips. So you really can use all sorts of things. You can go to the beach and you can collect sand. So lots of things don't cost any money and can still create beautiful artworks. So I just wanted to show this as a background. Here's an idea of actual texture. So there we've got the illusion of texture, and here we've got actual texture. This is actually tea leaves, and then we've got brown sand and yellow sand. I've got about 6 different kinds of sands in boxes at home that I collected. Sand from the beach, and tissue paper, which I used with wood glue to create this feeling of clouds. So even though this is a landscape, there's no reason why you can't do your house with lots of textures from the materials table. Okay, let's look at the materials in front of you. So everybody should have 6 different colors. There's basically red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And the large brush is for the colors, and I've used food coloring. So it's 1 small bottle of food coloring to about 400 milliliters of water, and then decanted into these jars. Saying that, if you look at this project and feel a little overwhelmed, just remember you can use oil pastels and 1 color food coloring, and they can actually draw the building and paint over with 1 color, and the oil pastels will shine through. So you don't have to do all of these things. I just want to give you a little bit of a taste of many of the things, and then you can choose. So the most simple thing is oil pastels with food coloring. It's called wax resist. And then you have the neutral colors. So often learners may want to use blacks and grays and browns. So the food coloring, you can get all the bright colors, and then the grays and browns, we use a black teddy dye is the easiest thing. So you can just test it on your paper. Everybody's got a test paper as well. So everybody's got a thicker piece of paper, A3, and a test paper. The black one, when you tip it like this, you can see it's a little bit thicker. So there's a black, there's a gray, there is a brown, which is coffee. It's normal Rick coffee. It's kind of like 1 teaspoon of Rick coffee with a little bit of water. And everybody should have glue, wood glue. And I've put Jik in, which is optional. So the Jik actually works on the teddy dyes and the food coloring. I know a lot of you have done this already before with me. But just to remind you that it takes away the color. So I'm going to demonstrate that just now, but for now we'll just keep looking at the materials table. Everybody should have a pair of scissors, and there are some glue sticks to share. I just put the glue sticks out because they're quite useful for paper, because the wood glue can make the paper go like this. So yeah, glue sticks, There's some toothbrushes around. That's to flick colors or even to flick jig. Be careful of your clothes. Obviously, it can go on the clothes of the learners, and it's going to bleach it forever if it does, so try and avoid that. And then earbuds. You can also just use sticks if you want, but earbuds for the jig as well. And that you can actually draw into the different colors and the black and the gray and the coffee, and it takes it away. And then we're fortunate enough to have glue brushes for the wood glue. You can just use little strips of cardboard, thick cardboard that you can dip into the glue and paste on. So yeah, we're a little bit spoiled today, but you don't need to have all these things at hand. Okay, are there any questions so far? All right, one last thing. I've also put a tray on the table. It's very useful if you've got a large materials table for people to have something to gather in, so they can go and collect on their little polystyrene trays.